Rev up your engines! Today I'm going to talk about 5 things that you should do when selling your car if you want to get the most money you possibly can. Now the first thing you have to realize is people are like crows. They like shiny objects. You're missing a hubcap? Hey, then do what I do. Go to a place like AutoZone. Get a set of 4 nice shiny hubcaps. They don't cost much, maybe 30, 40 bucks. Believe me, you get more than your money back when the car looks better with all shiny hubcaps. And speaking of shiny, either wash and wax your car or take it to one of those places that does it and get everything detailed. The shinier, the better it looks, the more money you're gonna get for the car. It's just human nature. And speaking of human nature, look under the hood. You want a dirty, greasy engine like this? People are gonna open the hood and see it and think, it wasn't taken care of. Now, yes, I don't normally advise cleaning under the engine. It doesn't really serve any purpose, but when you're selling a car, a lot of people don't know that much about cars. They open the hood and it's clean, they'll think, oh, it was taken care of. They're not gonna get a compression gauge and check the compression of your cylinders in most cases. They're just gonna be looking. So you wanna make sure that it looks good under there. Pay a detailer to do it if you don't want to do it yourself. They got spray waxes and stuff to make it look a lot better. Now the next thing you want to do is figure out how far do you want to go in fixing your car before you sell it. Take this dent on the bumper where the plastic's ripped off. To actually fix this, most body shops these days are going to cost $400 or $500 to either fix it, paint it, or replace it and paint it. In that case, you got to decide how much is your car really worth. Now, if it's a late model car, it'd probably be worth fixing because you're going to get a lot more money for it. But hey, this Toyota is 20-something years old. You know, you're not going to get that much for it. Something like this, you knock a few $100 off the asking price of the car. And the same thing goes for the paint. Let's say you got a car and the paint is all faded and it looks like garbage. Then you might think, oh, you'll go to one of those $200 or $300 paint jobs where they'll paint the whole car for $200 or $300. It won't look perfect, but it'll make the car look so much better that you get a lot more than $200 or $300 more when you sell it. But if you've got a car that has a sort of bad paint job, putting on a cheap paint job actually may make the car go for less money. Somebody might decide, oh, they're gonna buff it all out, maybe re-clear coat it, but painting a whole car correctly these days goes anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 and up. So you're not gonna spend that kind of money when you're selling a car unless you're selling a real high-end car. Now the next thing to do before selling your car is make sure that it's full of oil and the oil is clean. I've had customers bring me used cars that they were thinking about buying, and when I check the oil and find out that not only is it really dirty, but it's low on oil, that tells me, hey, the engine's worn, it's burning oil, it's dirty, it hasn't been taken care of, I tell them not to buy that car. So even if you've been kind of bad and haven't changed your oil enough, change it before you sell it. Then it's full, it's clean, and you're gonna have a better chance of getting more money when you sell it. Now the next thing to do is to check the tires. These are pretty good Pirelli tires, got a lot of tread, they look good. You just leave them alone. But let's say you got a bunch of bald tires, or they're old and they're all cracked. You might think about putting on the cheapest tires you can buy that at least will look good. Sure, I don't advise you to buy the cheapest tires you can get your hands on if you're going to be driving your car a long time, but if you're selling it, new tires that are shiny, that aren't cracked, they look safer, they make the car look all around better, and if you have any kind of a minor problem with your front end or something, new tires that are put on and properly balanced, they're not going to shake or shimmy, and the car's going to be easier to sell. And when it comes to making your car looking good before you sell it, don't forget all the rubber trim. This is old faded trim. And I found that this All-American Armor silicone-based cleaner and conditioner works best on trim. Silicone cleans really well and protects and makes it real shiny. You just wipe it all over the rubber. Just look at all the black crud that comes off of this thing. And strangely enough, this stuff smells like an old-fashioned cherry soda. It actually smells good. Then you buff the heck out of it, and voila, now it's nice and shiny. And above all, don't forget to do the interior. Somebody's driving a car, they sit in it, that's the part that they want to see nice and clean. Now the last thing I'm going to talk about when it comes to selling your car is relatively large mechanical issues. If you know the car has an engine problem or a transmission problem, you're generally never going to get your money back. If you got an engine that's starting to go out, you don't put another engine in the car and then sell it, because you'll never recoup that large amount of money in most cases. Now, of course, if your brakes are grinding, yeah, put new brake pads on so they're not grinding anymore. You can get brake pads for $19 at some places. That kind of stuff, yeah, you got to fix that. But if you've got a transmission that's starting to slip and stuff, you don't have it rebuilt before you sell the car, because you're never going to recoup your investment. If you want to get the most money for your car, you attempt to sell it yourself. If you try to sell it to a used car lot or a place that sells cars as a living, they're going to give you as little as possible, because they got to sell it themselves and make a profit. But if you don't want to deal with the public when selling your car, my advice is this: find a reputable consignment seller. There's guys out there that they'll take your car on consignment, they get a percentage of the price, and they try to sell it for you. Because if you have a car that people really want, these guys know which cars are most popular, the most they can possibly get, and of course they're going to try to sell it as high as possible, because they're getting a percentage of the sales price. If it goes cheap, they won't make much money. And above all, if you are selling your car, don't trade it in. When you trade them in, they give you practically nothing for the car. Always try to sell it yourself or through a consignment dealer. Because I know a car dealer here in Houston. He sells used cars, and he tells people, if you're going to buy a new car, come to me. I'll get you a better deal. All you have to do is sell me your car at the trade-in value. He made so much money getting the trade-in value and selling them higher, he would buy you a car, go to the dealer. He was a car dealer, so he knew how to barter, and he'd get a few $1,000s off, which you could have done yourself anyways. But then he got your car cheap, and he made most of his money just selling all these used cars that he got at the trade-in value. So now you know the best way to sell your used car to get the most money for it. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.